Kia ora, good evening. Two icebergs, each the size of a waterfront stadium, are drifting northwards up the South Island coast. They're a staggeringly impressive sight, and even though they're not quite visible from land, the bergs are only half a day's sail away or an even shorter flight. 3 News found them 45 nautical miles off Dunedin, and Mark Price landed for a look.
No room for doubt. Icebergs are tonight off the Otago coast, drifting slowly northwards, driven by the currents all the way from the Antarctic.
That one down there is a big iceberg.
From the air, they are an impressive sight. The biggest one we saw from Dunedin's Lion Foundation rescue helicopter this morning, about 100 metres tall, perhaps 300 metres long. Their sides precipitous as they melt slowly in the sun and warmer waters. Decked out in flotation equipment, just in case of mishap, but also on the off chance that we could get aboard an iceberg, we did get our chance. The helicopter pilots touching but not stopping on a small flat ledge where we were able to scramble to a reasonably secure place.
I've got to say I was pretty dubious about getting off onto this great lump of ice, but it's very stable, the ice is very hard, and it's quite secure out here as far as I can tell. Although up behind me we have seen one piece of ice slip off as it thaws, obviously. Probably not a sensible thing to do being here, but it's one hell of a place to be.
Surrounded by chunks of loose blue ice that might well be thousands of years old, it was a novel experience.
Oh, this is just awesome, fantastic. All my life I want to go to Antarctic, and now Antarctic's come to me.
The icebergs are probably some of the group of about 100 spotted by an Air Force Orion south of the country a few weeks ago that have drifted 13,000 kilometres in the last 7 years, the first to be seen off the Otago coast since 1931. One Otago marine radio operator can't believe they've got so close to the coast without having been seen earlier.
I do believe that they had sort of lost contact with it because of the thick weather was around, but surely they got a grip on where these icebergs were. How many there is there, we don't even know yet.
Each iceberg is leaving a trail of car-sized chunks of ice stretching for kilometres. Maritime New Zealand issued warnings after this fishing trawler sighted the bergs last night.
It's an area where there's very few vessels normally. The occasional fishing vessel, maybe the odd yacht, goes down to that area. It's not a main thoroughfare for vessels, so very occasional reporting really.
Already the word is out and sightseeing trips are being talked of. However, with shards of ice ready to fall, they present a danger as they melt.
I feel very uncomfortable. I hear that creaking and groaning in the background. I'm just waiting for the whole thing to disappear into the sea, just break open.
As well, the weather forecast for tomorrow is bad. The icebergs are drifting northwards about 1 kilometre per hour, but are unlikely to come close enough to be visible from the land. Mark Price, 3 News.